On March 28, 1979, TMI-2 had a partial meltdown and a very small off-site release of radioactivity. Well, what happened? Well, a mechanical or electrical failure prevented the main feed water pumps from sending water to the steam generators that remove heat from the reactor core. This caused the plant's turbine generator and the reactor itself to automatically shut down. Immediately, the pressure in the primary system began to increase. The valve should have closed when the pressure fell to a proper level, but became stuck open given the reactor operator's inadequate information. As a result, plant staff assumed as long as the pressurizer water was high, the core was properly covered with water. Alarms rang and warning lights flashing, and the operators did not realize that the plant was experiencing a loss of coolant accident. They took a series of actions that made the condition worse. The water escaped through the stuck valve, reducing primary system pressure so much that the reactor coolant pumps had to be turned off to prevent dangerous vibrations. To prevent the pressurizing from filling up completely, the staff reduced how much emergency cooling water was being pumped into the system, but it caused it to overheat. The nuclear fuel overheat to the point at which the zirconium cladding, the long metal tube that holds the nuclear fuel pellets, ruptured and the fuel pellets began to melt. It was later found that about half of the core melted during the early stages of the accident. By the morning of March 30th, a significant release of radiation from the plant's building performed to relieve pressure on the primary system and avoid the flow of coolant to the core. Within a short time, chemical reactions in the melting fuel created a large hydrogen bubble in the dome of the pressure vessel, the container that holds the reactor core. The hydrogen bubble might have burned or even exploded and ruptured the pressure vessel. The car would have fallen into the contaminant building and perhaps caused a breach of contaminants. The crisis ended when experts determined on April 1st that the bubble could not burn or explode because of the absence of oxygen in the pressure vessel. Later on, the utility has succeeded in greatly reducing the size of the bubble. What happened to the people? Well, many people were scared and panicking on what's going on and what's going to happen to them. And kids and pregnant women were supposed to leave the area, but about 43,000 people had to leave. 12 days of not knowing where to go, they were worried and scared, while others did not like what's going on, so they rallied up. More than 150 people rallied up for a permanent shutdown of the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant. Two protesters were arrested for blocking a gate to the facility in Middletown, about 10 miles from Harrisburg. So for the aftermath, although TMI-2 suffered a severe core meltdown, the most dangerous kind of nuclear power incident, consequences outside the plant were minimum. Unlike Fukushima accident, TMI-2 contaminant building remained intact and held almost all the accident's radioactive materials. About $1 billion was put into a project to clean up the area, and it's still not finished. And what could have prevented it? Well, I believe upgrading and strengthening of the plant design and equipment requirement and the ability of the plant to be shut down automatically will have improved it. Even having a senior NRC manager regularly analyzing the plant's performance for those needing significant additional regulatory attention.